Yes, it's time for Mark Meets, in which I speak to the biggest names in the world of politics, showbiz, sport and beyond. Tonight, a man who exploded onto the national stage as the winner of the second series of X Factor, Shayne Ward. There followed a Christmas #1 with sales of 250,000 and a debut album which reached the top of the charts, ultimately going 4 times platinum in Ireland and Britain alone. After 2 more hit albums, Shayne did a stint in Coronation Street as Aidan Connor. Well, the story continues, and I'm delighted to say that Shayne Ward joins me now. Hi, Shayne.
Absolute pleasure. Very nice to meet you, man.
Great to have you on the show. Congratulations on everything you've achieved so far. How old were you when you first got into music?
I'm from a big Irish family and one of 7. So professionally, I was 21 because of the X Factor when I was signed, but music's always been there. Irish music, country music. So probably from the age of 4 or 5.
Amazing. Did you have to get up and perform for the family at Christmas?
Well, there were so many of us. It was quite the battle. Basically, there would be massive sing-offs from different bedrooms, and one would have to give up and sing the song from the other bedroom. So, yeah, there was always a competition going on.
Listen, you're a very credible artist. Did you have any apprehension about signing up for X Factor, given the fact that it's a TV show?
Not at all. I think for me, I was 21 years old. I've just been signed to a massive record label, and I have the Christmas #1. So for me, it was like everything happened so fast as well. You haven't really got time to think. But 17 years later, because that's how long it's been, it's amazing to kind of reflect on everything that I've done since, and still know. I think for me, I think it's a great opportunity. It's a fantastic platform, and I think with social media now, you know yourself, it's huge. So you can actually, you don't have to go on these shows anymore. You can just use a different platform. But no, I stand by it. I think it's great.
How did you adapt to fame?
I have a very strong Irish mummy. she kind of keeps me on my toes.
I got one of those.
Literally, she's 5 foot nothing. But no, I think for me, I've always had a strong team around me in terms of family and friends. And yeah, just avoided the yes people and, stuck to, real people. And so far, so good.
Yeah, and look, I'd never be so vulgar as to ask about money, but was it a good deal, after you sort of signed that record deal with Psycho and Simon Cowell? Was it profitable?
I think looking back in general, the initial, it's £1 million contract. You're like, wow, I'm 21, I get £1 million. You then, over time, get to learn the industry and realise that £1 million is for the whole campaign. Music videos, clothes, touring, taxis, basically
sandwiches,
paying everybody. Yeah, exactly, sandwiches, everything. And then basically, you kind of make your money on the tours. That's your bread and butter. So I think you instantly move past it because you can start making money whilst touring live. So.
Yeah, and listen, one of the hardest things is to keep that momentum going after winning a show like X Factor. You achieved that. So how do you keep it going? What was the secret of your success? Because it's all too easy to be a one-hit wonder, isn't it?
Yeah, I think in general, I always feel very, very blessed. But just like us all, we all work hard, and sometimes it can be luck. Sometimes it might be the right person that you've walked in front of. But also belief, more than anything, just know that you are good at what you do, and something eventually good will happen for you. I mean, I always get asked from so many people if I could give any advice, and finally 17 years later, my advice for anyone going for any type of show or any part of the industry, just know that whatever you walk in that room with, you leave with. So it doesn't matter what these people say, you've always got that talent, so just believe in it. So yeah, I mean, for me, I just love doing what I do. I love to sing, I love to act, and I've been given some amazing opportunities.
You were, of course, starred in Coronation Street, which is my favourite TV show, my favourite of the soaps, because it's very dramatic. There's lots of action, but there's great comedy as well. They're so well written, those scripts. How did the Coronation Street gig come about? Did you audition?
Again, social media is a wonderful place when it wants to be. And what happened was, my name got confused with another actor that was on the show at the time. and he was playing a bad boy character. So a lot of my fan base was congratulating me on social media, saying, "Congratulations on your new role as a bad boy in Coronation Street." And I'm like, I'm not in Corrie. So myself, I Googled it and I put Bad Boy Coronation Street and I saw that his name was Shayne Ward. And I've gone, oh, I get the confusion. And because it generated such a buzz, the team at Corrie contacted my management at the time and said, would Shayne like to come in for an audition? And I was like, I'm there. So it's amazing how the stars aligned, and yeah.
That's just brilliant. And can I ask you, did you have to do, I mean, have you done acting classes? Are you a trained actor or are you just a natural?
No, I'm not trained. It was my first TV gig, and
wow.
Anything before that was I did a show in the West End called Rock of Ages, where I got to play a rock star called Stacey Jacks when it came from Broadway, and I got to sing song. My opening song was "Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi, so I was delighted. But TV, that was my first gig, and I got to work with some amazing, Barbara Knox and William Roache and just Sally Dinver and just so many great people that I watched and I absorbed as much as I could because, I was there for 3 years, but it goes quick. But I had an amazing time.
What did you learn from the likes of Bill Roache, who plays Ken Barlow, Barbara Knox, Rita, of course? What did you learn from them?
To take my time. And I remember doing a scene in The Rovers and I was playing across another character. And the camera was about to pan from our scene straight to William Roache, Ken Barlow. And we did our scene and it was very fast. And then the cameras panned to William Roache and everything stopped. It was quite like The Matrix. It's like you watch him and I'm like, that's how you do it. And in those moments you think, do you know what, you've got to absorb it and just take your time, believe every word that you're saying. But they were very kind as well. I mean, he's the longest, I think he's been on the show the longest, hasn't he, William Roache, since the very beginning. Yeah. And he was an absolute gentleman. So yeah, I learned a lot from him.
So listen, what's next? Because you are always busy. I think it's a tour. Tell me more.
Yeah, so I have my first headlining tour, my first tour in 11 years. Couldn't believe it. Because of doing everything else, I've been doing shows, but I've never done a headlining one in 11 years. So yeah, I have a new tour called Anthology, and I head out to Manchester on my first date on April 9th. And then go to Glasgow on the 12th, London on the 15th, and then Dublin in May the 6th. And more shows will be added. But yeah, I'm just very excited about getting back out there, and yeah, people can click on Ticketmaster and yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be brilliant. So all the hits from all 3 albums.
Correct, yeah. So everything I did with Sony, we've compiled it into one place called Anthology. And yeah, I just get to celebrate with my fans that have grown up with me and have been so loyal and so patient, which I thank you for. And I'm just looking forward just to this kind of like nostalgic trip down memory lane with them. And then it brings on the new tour in obviously later on in the year for new material that they've been waiting for. Because I took a trip to Nashville in March and that was incredible. So I've written a load of stuff during the pandemic, a lot of country pop as well. So I think it's one of those things like you've got an opportunity, you have a window, just go for it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Brilliant. So, in the Anthology tour, all your hits and some new material as well. In that case, what my viewers and listeners must do is go to Ticketmaster and search Shayne Ward Anthology. I believe a bit of acting is in the offing as well.
There is, yeah. Yes, you're totally right. People can click on Ticketmaster and type on my name, Shayne Ward. But yeah, no, I have a brand new Channel 5 crime drama, which I'm a lead in, coming out. I think it's going to be September this year. Don't quote me on it. But it's called The Good Ship Murder. And what I'm allowed to say about it is it follows the life of Jack Grayling, an ex-detective who leaves the force and decides to pursue his first love, which is to be a singer. Hello. So it's kind of like, felt like it was written for me. But if you like Agatha Christie whodunits with beautiful backdrops, the thrill of the chase of who did it, and then a performance at the end of every episode, which I do because I'm now the resident cruise ship singer, it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I, for one, will be watching, and we could all do with a bit of entertainment. So why don't you pop onto Ticketmaster and search Shayne Ward? That's Shayne with a Y. Shayne, we'll catch up soon, and really good luck with the tour.
Take care. Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
What a star. What a professional as well. My goodness, a fine and articulate young man.